We are ranking every Fortnite map we have gotten every season from Chapter 1 Season 1 to this Chapter 4 OG season. And we are starting off with the Chapter 1 Season 1 map, and it's going to go in playable. It's going to be right there in the middle. This map, yes, it's the original map, but it's nowhere near the best map. It had some fun locations like Anarchy Acres, Fatal Fields, it had Retail Row, Greasy Grove, but this map just continued to grow and get better in Chapter 1. And it improved a lot in Chapter 1 Season 2, where I'm going to put it in good. This is when we got Tilted Towers and other locations like Haunted Hills, Shifty Shafts, Snobby Shores, Junk Junction. In the Chapter 1 Season 2, we also got some non-name POIs like Motel, the Five Houses, later became Starry Suburbs, Yonder Yard, which helped complete this map because there was more places to drop. Chapter 1 Season 3 is going to go in the good category as well. There wasn't much of a change to this map besides Lucky Landing, and I do love Lucky Landing. It's one of my all-time favorite locations. And if you want to see how I rank the different locations, you can check out my ranking location video. There's going to be a link in the description. Chapter 1 Season 4, this is when things start getting a little dicey. I'm going to put it in almost perfect. There's only going to be a handful of maps that go in the best map category. This is when Dusty Depot became Dusty Divot after the Meteor. Now, there were small, subtle map changes in Season 4 that made it great, like the Villain Lair in the Hero Mansion. There were movie sets in Junk Junction, and I believe there was also a movie set in like Shifty Shafts and Moisty Mire. And there was also Risky Reels, which is such a simple location, but it's so iconic. When we get to Chapter 1 Season 5, this is when the map starts getting really good, and we get to Chapter 1 Season 5. It's also going to be in the almost perfect. It's right there. But this is when we got Paradise Palms. We got that new racetrack. We got Lazy Links. We got the Viking Village on the mountain. This map was pretty much perfect, and I'm glad we came back to it in this OG season. And Kevin the Cube was during the Chapter 1 Season 5. Now, Chapter 1 Season 6, I'm going to put it in the good category. Even though it is similar to the Chapter 1 Season 5, there just wasn't that many changes to really bump it up. And the floating island was fun, but I did get tired of it after a little bit. But the next map, Chapter 1 Season 7, is definitely a best map. This is when we got snow that covered about a quarter of the island. Yes, it froze over Greasy Grove, which sucked, but we got Happy Hamlet, we got Frosty Flights, we got Polar Peak, and it brought more life to the map in Chapter 1 Season 7, which is also my all-time favorite season. If you want to see my season ranking video, that's going to be a link in the description. Now, Chapter 1 Season 8 is almost perfect. We got Lazy Lagoon, we got the volcano, we got Sunny Steps. There were some iconic locations that were added. There were also little like pirate tree houses all over the map. It's really hard to beat this era of Fortnite when it came to the map. Now, Chapter 1 Season 9, I'm gonna put that at the bottom of almost perfect. I really did like Mega Mall. Neo Tilted was all right. I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it. Those were the two big additions during this time. Because it still had locations from Season 7 and Season 8, I'm going to be keeping it in the almost perfect, but the additions didn't make it a best map. Chapter 1 Season X, I'm actually going to be putting at the top of good, even though it kept a lot of great locations, and it even brought back Dusty Depot with the meteor above it. It also brought back Greasy Grove, but you dance with taco hands, which was really annoying. Retail Row was flooded with the zombies. Moisty Mire and Paradise Palms kind of collided, and then anytime you crouch there, you turn into a prop. So there were great ideas, but it was just too much in Season X to where it felt like it made the map messy. So I'm going to keep it in good because it still did have some iconic locations. I do hate that season though. Chapter 2 Season 1, even though it was a boring season, it will go in the good category. It was a beautiful map. Everybody enjoyed it when we first got to drop into it. Too bad the season was way too long, so everyone started getting bored of the map. 5 to 6 months without an update was a terrible idea. But we got locations like Craggy Cliffs, Slurpy Swamp, there was Dirty Docks, there was Frenzy Farm, there was Holly Hedges, Steamy Stacks, Misty Meadows. I honestly enjoyed this map in a lot of these locations when we first got to drop into it. Now, Chapter 2 Season 2, that's going into best map. That map was incredible when they added the agency, the rig, the shark, on top of those other locations that we already got from Chapter 2 Season 1. It would have been nice if there was like some snow or some desert. That I think that's really what was missing from the chapter 2 map altogether, were those different biomes. Those locations like the shark in the agency were absolutely perfect. Chapter 2 season 3, I'm gonna put in almost perfect because I love the idea that the map got flooded. I think that was a brilliant idea to do to really mix up how we played Fortnite back then. And during this time, we got the Authority, we got Caddy Corner, we got the Fortilla. Even though I hate Coral Castle, we did get Coral Castle during that time. And we got Rickety Rig. Chapter 2 season 4, also going in best map. Stark Industries might be one of the best locations of all time in Fortnite. It helped make this map just absolutely perfect. It's what it needed, was this huge mountain biome that really mixed up the map and how we rotated and how we played, similar to chapter 1 season 7 when we got Polar Peak. And it even mixed up Pleasant Park when it made it Dr. Doom's location instead. Overall was just a great season. Chapter 2 season 5, now I actually enjoyed this map. I would put it towards the top of good. I really liked the sand in the middle where you could go in and make it like your own little sand tunnel and move around and rotate. And we did get some really cool locations like the Coliseum during that time. I believe we also got Butter Barn during that time. There was also Hunter's Haven and Stealthy Stronghold that were added, and I really liked both of those locations. Overall, it was a fun map to play on. And then it got absolutely ruined by chapter 2 season 6. Which is going in terrible. We got the Spire, Bony Burbs, Colossal Crops. It was just an awful season. I did not enjoy the map. I didn't enjoy the gameplay, but the map really makes Fortnite. It can really help determine if it's going to be a good time or not, and this map was just awful. Chapter 2 season 7, I would put it in playable. They changed some of the locations, like Sweaty Sands became Believer Beach for the alien theme, even though there was like no difference to it at all. But other than that, there weren't that many changes, but I would say it was a little bit of an upgrade from chapter 2 season 6. Chapter 2 season 8, I'm gonna put in bad. I don't think there was anything really good about that map. Just like how chapter 1 season X ended, I feel like chapter 2 season 8 ended with a very messy map, but the event was awesome. Chapter 3 season 1 is going in the best map category. This might actually be my all-time favorite map, was chapter 3 season 1. It was new, it was fresh, but it also gave you the chapter 1 map vibes. Tilted Towers returned. We got Log Jam Lumberyard, Sleepy Sound, Shifty Shafts returned. There was Camp Cuddle, Coney Crossroads, the Daily Bugle, which was so fun to drop at, Rocky Reels, the Joneses, Chonker Speedway, and Condo Canyon. Overall, this was just a beautiful map. It was the perfect mixture with some snow biome, with some desert biome, and then the rest was green grass biome. I believe at the Joneses, it gave you a little bit of a forest vibe. Then just like chapter 2 season 2, how you could go out to the shark, there was little locations out on their own islands in the water. I believe one of them became the Foundation statue. Chapter 3 season 1 was overall a great season, and I loved that map. I hope we get that kind of vibe here in chapter 5. Chapter 3 season 2 is going to go in almost perfect. There were IO blimps during this time. There was Command Cavern. There were giant drills in the map. This was during the war between the 7 and the IO. It didn't really improve the chapter 3 season 1 map, but it did make some good additions. Now chapter 3 season 3, I'm going to put in good. This could be a hot take, but I actually liked this season. I thought Vibin was a fun season. We just didn't get that many map changes, I felt like. Like Command Cavern turned into the Rave Cave. We had that beautiful Reality Falls tree, which I thought was really cool. But overall, it wasn't enough to put it in the best map or almost perfect category. Chapter 3 season 4, this was the Chrome season. Once again, this is going to go in the good category. I still love this chapter 3 map all the way through. This was the Chrome season though, so we got some of those Chrome locations like Herald Sanctum, Lustrous Lagoon, which was like Lazy Lagoon but Chrome, Shimmering Shrine. Overall, I wasn't the biggest fan of the Chrome, but I did respect. I like the creativity that Fortnite did with it. I don't think it's the best map or almost perfect, but it was a good map. I think chapter 3 has had the best maps in Fortnite history. Chapter 4 season 1, it's gonna go in good. This is where we got the Citadel, Anvil Square, Breakwater Bay, Shattered Slabs, Frenzy Fields, Slappy Shores, Brutal Bastion, and Lonely Labs. I think this is a really good map. I felt like it was well balanced. There was no desert biome, but there was almost like this autumn, fall, kind of yellowish orange biome. Then there was the dark green, and then there was snow. So I felt it was perfectly balanced. I just didn't fall in love with any of the locations, but I can recognize that it was a good map. Now, when we get to chapter 4, season 2, almost perfect. I Love the addition of Mega City and Steamy Springs. I really feel like this enhanced the Chapter 4 map, and I really fell in love with that season. Chapter 4, Season 3, I'm going to put in playable. Was not a jungle fan at all during that time. If you love the jungle, hey, I respect it. The riding the vines is really cool, I'll give you that. Being right in the middle of the map, I just felt like it was a very like big disadvantage. This is when the map just started feeling really clunky and none of the seasons really combined or made sense. But Chapter 4 Season 4 with Kato Thorn's Eclipse Estate, Relentless Retreat, Sanguine Suites, I feel like this map was almost perfect. I actually liked the jungle a little more during this time. I think it's because I had a little more time with it, but these locations were absolutely great. I had so much fun playing Chapter 4 Season 4. I think it's my favorite season of Chapter 4, and we still got a good balance of the jungle, of the snow biome, the fall autumn looking biome, and then the grass. And it kept Steamy Springs, which is one of my all-time favorite locations. This Chapter 4 Season OG is pretty much the combination of some Season 5, some Season 6, some Season 7, 8, 9, and X, all in Chapter 1. I would have it in the almost perfect. It wouldn't put in the best because the updates are so fast. Also, they're not putting all of the locations. Like, we didn't really get Polar Peak. We didn't get Happy Hamlet. No Lazy Lagoon. There was definitely some locations that have been missing. But this OG season has been so much fun. So it'd go in almost perfect. I just don't have an image of it right here. But this is my Fortnite map tier list. Let me know some of your favorite maps in the comments. Please drop a like and subscribe. And use code TuneSpider in the Fortnite item shop. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Peace!